So I downloaded the Incredible Hulk again to see if it looked as good as it did in my memory, and to my utmost, not utmost because there was no surprise at all. It looked just as good as it did. The play value was insane. And when you compare that to what the recent superhero type movies we've been seeing in recent times, you realize that like acting has fallen off a serious cliff. Maybe not acting in general, but direction and production has fallen off a serious cliff. If you took away the superhero element from a lot of these movies, you would not want to watch those movies. But watch the Incredible Hulk, as I said, if you took away the superhero element from that movie still has the required level of acting to pass as a normal movie. That was easily one of the best things about that movie. They didn't really show the Hulk way too much. They showed him in the part he was needed, cut him off at the other part he wasn't needed. The Bruce Banner character did enough to carry the scenes where he was a Bruce Banner on his own. And that's what some of these movies lack these days. They cannot direct anything, they cannot direct plot, they cannot coordinate dialogue. So way too often, way too easily, they run and rely on the superhero crowd. Since they know that, oh, they just want to see powers and flying and all the flashy stuff and all that. They just easily divert, give you the flash and bang. Now say, oh, you've watched a superhero movie. But if you take away those powers, take away those things that make them superhero, or yeah, put get into action, act, dialogue, and all that. You find the movie absolutely empty. Watching the Incredible Hulk again, I found that was not to be the case. Keep the Hulk separate. The actor in real life did exactly what he was supposed to do. Everyone fitting at exactly the place he was supposed to do. No one looked odd, no one looked out of place. Conversation, dialogue, set casting, everything balanced, perfect fit. Watching movies like this, you realize how far the world has come with regards to surveillance and cameras and all that. Because look at this scene here. He's trying to be in disguise, and yet the only thing he wears is a face cap. You remember Captain America Civil War when Captain America and Black Widow were trying to go in disguise? They had the full kit going on, full hood, glasses, face caps, and all that. But here he just wears a face cap, and it is enough for him to hide in plain sight. And that's just funny to me because thinking about it now and thinking about how it must have looked then, like, it's really hilarious. This scene here where he jumps out of the helicopter without even knowing if he will transform, sacrificing himself, is just one of the things that make movies like this feel like more than superhero movies. If you took the superhero element out of this movie, the movie would still be good. A scene like this, he jumps out of the helicopter not knowing if he will transform or not. When is the last time any superhero movie gave you that kind of feeling that the characters were willing to sacrifice themselves even knowing they will die? Last time Marvel did that was in Avengers Endgame. After that, we've been getting nothing but filler movies and all that. But this scene in Incredible Hulk, where he jumps out of the airplane without knowing if his powers are gone for good or if he's going to transform at the last instant, beautiful scene to me. The final fight scenes were absolutely beautiful, absolutely impeccable. Abomination beat the hell out of Hulk as was expected. Abomination was a former soldier. Hulk was just a scientist, no matter if he learned some Aikido techniques from the Japanese jiu-jitsu trainer and all that. But the soldier beating the scientist as expected. Although Hulk was supposed to get some punches in, and he did, but Abomination beat him well. And that was one of the very good things about it. You know, sometimes they try to give the superhero an upper hand, like plot armor and all that, but Abomination beat him well on the way to still losing the fight, but lost the battle, he lost the war, won the battle, that kind of statement. But Abomination well and truly tidied the Hulk in the few action sequences they had, and that to me was exactly how it should have gone. To me, it was a big surprise why they didn't really continue this Incredible Hulk trajectory, but you can't really argue against a $1 billion grossing enterprise, can you? Because Avengers went on to make billions and billions of dollars and all that. But the Incredible Hulk, this movie was an incredible showing. Like, He did everything he was supposed to do. The Hulk was perfect. The characters were perfect. They even at the end of the movie, you see them even bringing Iron Man into the scene. I don't really know what went on behind the scenes at all that made them to scrap it. But like I said, you can't argue against a $1 billion franchise. It's not as if the Avengers flopped. Avengers has made billions and billions of dollars in movies and all that. But like it's just a question for the fans and all that. They should Incredible Hulk did way too good to have been scrapped, but you can't argue against the results of success. Another sore point for me from this movie, not because of the movie, but because of the trajectory it took after the movie, was Abomination. Abomination was so good in this movie. Fantastic villain, like wrecking ball kind of character. And after this movie, they just shelved him. Like there was no mention of him up until Shang-Chi, and he was busy fighting Shang-Chi. Like they just threw him off the bus like he was not even important. How does Hulk's main arch enemy just disappear under the radar for so long? And the only time they make mention of him is as a footnote in Shang-Chi's character to be fighting in the ring or something like that. Like, come on, Abomination is the guy. Like for such a stellar performance in this movie, he deserved at least a comeback in something else. But like I said previously, you cannot argue against a $1 billion grossing franchise, and that's just that. I'm still the bootleg god on the bootleg corner. Like, subscribe, get the YouTube.